Today is National Go Fishing Day.
And Fox 43's Robert Stover had never fished until today. He's live in Monroe Township, Cumberland County, with more on what it's all about. And you're looking like a pro out there, Robert. How's it going?
So far, so good. It's been a little bit more quiet today, and I think that has something to do with what the water looks like here on Breaches Creek. But here to tell me more about the proper fishing conditions, specifically for fly fishing, is Mike Ritz. Now, Mike is a self-published author when it comes to all things fly fishing. He's also an instructor and a guide. He takes people out on here all the time. So, Mike, let me go ahead and ask you, what kind of conditions are you looking for whenever you bring people out for a guide?
Well, I'm always looking for the perfect conditions to give us the best chance possible. So a reasonable water level is always nice. Of course, a nice day. Today it's fishable, and I would take people, but it's about a foot higher than I would like.
And your specialty is fly fishing. What separates fly fishing from maybe some of the more common ideas or images people think of fishing with a rod, wheeling it back, and maybe sitting down?
Well, you sit in a chair and a forked stick, you throw out your worm or whatever, and you sit back and take a nap. You're waiting for the fish to come to you. In fly fishing, we go to the fish. So we wade out and work our way downstream, moving until we find the fish. We're also not using bait. We're using a bunch of feathers and fur. And the trout know the difference. So in fly fishing, a trout will hit a fly, but it's looking for a nice juicy bug, and it's getting fur. It spits it out right away. But with bait, they're eating a worm. They're expecting a nice juicy worm, and they eat it and swallow it.
And off camera, you and I were talking about how fly fishing is considered a bit more advanced than traditional fishing. That being said, when you take people out on the water, they catch that fish maybe for the first time. What is that experience like for you as the instructor?
Yeah, that's the best part. Seeing someone who didn't think they could catch a fish. When they catch one, they're so surprised and they're so happy, and their day's kind of over, to tell you the truth, in a lot of cases. Like, I did it, that one. But yeah, that's really a lot of fun. It's almost like when I caught my first fish as a kid.
No, I've been watching you catch fish all morning. So real quick, I'd like to, before we throw it back, give a brief demonstration here for everybody watching at home about the proper technique when it comes to fly fishing. I'm going to try my best to give commentary. I know that's not usually what you're supposed to do when someone is fishing. But one of the things I learned being out here today is you can kind of see some rapids here where some rocks or some other debris might be. And what that does, that generates speed. So if you have any insects coming down, specifically the lure that Mike is using, it acts almost like a conveyor belt. So the fish are at the other end, and the idea is to have that lure, like an actual insect, basically fall into the mouth of the fish. Now, what separates it from traditional fishing are the reflexes involved in getting that fish up here. Mike said it could be about a 10-second difference from fly fishing to traditional fishing. So definitely a lot of patience, a lot of skill, and more movement than I think one would expect from fishing. Now, if you're interested in hiring Mike for his service, we'll have information on how to do that on our website, fox43.com. Live in Monroe Township, Cumberland County, Robert Stover, Fox 43 News.
All right, Robert, we know this is your first fishing experience. You haven't really been able to do it too much yourself because you don't have the license, but you look the part, you're acting the part. So do we have Pennsylvania's newest angler on our hands right now?
I don't know. He's spinning.
I think it's a really real possibility. It's been a lot of fun. I came out here to learn, and that's exactly what I did.
All right, and the waders, they fit, so I mean, why not? If you fit the part, sell it.
If the waiters fit.